last part of the series was about training getting lower faster with dynamic squatting and full ranges of motion. For those of you out there that can get low enough or have the mobility to do so, this doesn't actually mean that you'll be able to do so from the contact point to fixating the bar overhead. The process of extending the body after contact with the hips to fixating the bar in the bottom of an overhead squat is a very tough one to grasp. And it definitely takes a separate set of drilling and training. First, I want to show you guys a video of one of my favorite techniques in weightlifting, and that is of Victor Getz. I also would like to shout out All Things Gym for his work in getting videos like this. Go to his Patreon and support him, please. In this video, Victor goes pretty light on this complex, which is a simple yet extremely effective complex, the high pull plus the snatch. The reason why the high pull is so effective is that it can expose improper pulling technique. The key to a high pull, as Victor is showing, is to extend as rapidly as possible, but timing the extension so you do not get your torso too far behind the barbell. In fact, when he extends, he doesn't reach his hips forward and pull his shoulders back, even though in this part of the movement, we see that exact thing happen. A lot of times people look at this frame and think, why would we stay over and extend vertically when everything gets behind the bar? Shouldn't we just pull back as hard as we can? And what they may not understand is that at the moment that this happens, the prime movers have already transferred to the arms, and virtually in the next frame, we see Victor pulling himself down, stopping backward movement. This, in my opinion, is the pinnacle of efficiency. Now let's talk about the points of performance in the high pull. The intent here should be to drive vertically and not cut extension short, but also not lean the shoulders back. The biggest cue here is just going to be elbows high. And this one's very tough because if you're not able to extend the thoracic spine well enough, then the shoulder blades roll forward and it becomes a very weak position. If your timing is right and your thoracic spine is in a correct position, you want to think of trying to suspend the bar in the air after your legs and hips have driven the bar vertically. You won't be able to stop the bar in the air or even slow it down on the way back down, but by intending to do so, you're training on the transfer of prime movers from the legs or lower body to the arms or upper body. And then after the high pull, you want to attempt to perfectly mimic the exact same movement, except this time you will keep the tension in the arms throughout the turnover. And something I would suggest with either the bar or extremely lightweight is a 3-position pull followed by the 3-position snatch. The same high pull from the floor, then from below the knee hang, and above the knee hang. Then you snatch from the floor, snatch from below the knee, and snatch from above the knee. Sometimes people end up hanging out an extension too long because they're focused on really using their arms, and a way to combat this is a simple snatch to plates. You'll have to stand narrower for this on your setup, so just be ready for that. Then, if you feel like you're forgetting how to use the arms or upper body, you can add in a high pull. If you feel like you're sneaking under the bar now after extension, well, you can add in a power snatch as well. So all of these options are pretty interchangeable, but they focus on the lifter's ability to fixate the bar quickly through training the exchange from the second pull into the third pull. And this is something that the Russians are absolute masters of. Anyways, that's all I have for this series. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.